The following program is for mature audiences only. The views expressed by the people and other guests on the podcast are their opinions and their own and don't reflect the institutions or establishments that they work for. So please do not get our asses fired or canceled. Thank you very much. Enjoy the show.
What's up, Glad Gang? Yes, right. Welcome to another episode of Glad You Made It podcast. It is me looking directly into your soul. If you're watching this on YouTube, I'm looking directly into your soul right now, and I'm thanking you for liking and subscribing to my channel. It means a lot for me. A lot to me, not for me, but it means it's thoughtful. It's kind. I'm glad you made it. I'm glad you did it. To my right is my amazing wife, Kat. How you doing?
Doing all right. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. We off to a great start with all the positive vibes. Look at us checking in on each other. You didn't ask me how my day was going.
I asked you earlier.
But
technically.
Yeah, it's true. When you came home.
That's behind the scenes. That's Patreon.
Yeah, you guys want a behind the scenes of us saying, hey, how was your day? That's it?
Yeah.
No, okay.
And then we'll be like, it's fucking dumb. And that'll be $3, please.
No.
Or however much your Patreon.
Speaking of Patreon, I do want to take the time to thank our Patreon users. We do have people that subscribe to the Patreon. Hold on, I do want to shout them out. Let me pull that up, information.
Real quick.
You can donate to the podcast at patreon.com/gladyoumadeit. But I do want to give a shout out to Matt Anderson, Dr. White. I want to thank y'all for supporting the podcast. It means a lot. Dr. White, big fan of my former podcast, Big Little Kid podcast. And I had to announce to him on Twitter. And I probably should have announced this to everybody. Yeah, Big Little Kid is done. I mean, you can archive it if you want to listen to some old stuff. But yeah. I'm doing some shows this weekend. I will be in San Diego at Mic Drop Comedy. Excited to see the people down there. If you haven't been to Mic Drop Comedy, it's a beautiful club. I keep hearing so many positive things about it, and I'm excited to see the people. And then August 20th, I'll be in Provo, Utah, doing a dry bar comedy, doing 2 shows. Bring your whole family, because I will not be yelling dick jokes. I will be not cursing and just talking about my family and my dog. It's going to be awesome. Then August 21st, I will be in Salt Lake City doing a show at Wise Guys, one night only, and I'm going to get it on camera. We're going to see if we can release it as an album and retire some of them good old dick jokes. It'll be good times. Get tickets at Mic Drop Comedy, wiseguyscomedy.com, and drybarcomedy.com. That's how you can help. All right, well, we got an episode. But before we get to that, what are you grateful for this week, babe?
What am I grateful for?
Yeah.
I get to dance on Wednesday.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm excited about that.
Yeah, she out here dancing. So yeah, I'm excited for you to dance. I know how much my wife is an amazing dancer, and I know she loves to dance, and so I'm excited for her because we're both performers, and it's fun in this house when we perform it. And I'm grateful for. I talked to my therapist. It's been a minute since I had hollered at the dude, and now I'm gonna do group therapy, guys. This is gonna be crazy. It's a group for mental health and wellness for Black men specifically. And we just get together and we talk about Black guy stuff and wellness, and yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be, and it's gonna. I'm excited to see what we get into. But I think mental health and wellness, especially in Black men, is super important, and we need to take care of ourselves. Everybody needs to take care of
I
themselves.
was about to say everybody needs to go to therapy.
Yeah,
everybody.
But you got to understand, like therapy.
No, I know. It's
Yeah.
specifically, yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Before. But everybody should at least check in on themselves therapy wise. But I'm really excited for that journey, and we'll be getting into a guest that I haven't talked to since high school. It was really cool. I went to high school with this brother, boy Joshua Balok. He's an MMA fighter, trainer, personal trainer. Does he's a good dude. He is a rugged individual, and you will find out why. It's a long story. You got to listen to the episode. She hasn't heard this part of the interview yet, but I recorded this a couple weeks back. I'm excited for y'all to hear it. We've been watching new shows too. We started watching Loop with Maya Rudolph, Ron Funches. Ron Funches needs to be on more things.
Just put him in everything.
Put him in everything. He's great in Harley Quinn as King Shark. And we started watching Harley Quinn. What else? What did we just finish?
We just binged all the way through Severance.
Oh my gosh!
It's still a mindfuck.
Yeah.
And I'm still disappointed that it's over. You know that little bit of depression that you get when a show ends and you're like,
what do I watch? Yeah, what do I watch now? Severance is good. We were a little late to the party on that. If you haven't seen that, it's on Apple TV, which I have to tip my hat to Apple TV. They're quietly putting together some amazing programming. I'm not paid by Apple TV, but I would like to be.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, what's up, Apple
We'll take
TV?
some Apple TV money.
We'll do a show. I don't know, whatever you want to do, Apple TV. Let's make a deal. I'll do. Let's make a deal.
Yeah, we can be convinced.
Yeah. No, they Severance, great show. Adam McKay is in it, and who else is? John Turturro, Christopher Walken. I forget this brother's name, but he's in Spider-Man. He was in Crashing. He's very good.
Oh,
and
Patricia Arquette.
Yeah. I like Patricia Arquette, baby.
I know you do.
I'm sorry.
That's fine. You think I don't check out the men's on shows?
Yeah, not on Severance.
Not on Severance.
Yeah, there's like not a lot of eye candy. Respectfully, there's not a lot of eye candy for you. But check it out. Let me know what you think of it. Let me know what you're watching. Let us know what you're watching. We do want to know what you're watching because maybe we might be interested in.
We watched Prey.
Last
night.
Prey. Like I guess the first prequel, the super duper prequel for Predator. Amazing.
It was great.
It was great. I was like, I have no notes. I was like, please make every movie this fun and enjoyable. It gets a little violent, but it's a Predator movie.
Yeah, it's if you're like, oh man.
Yeah. This is pretty violent for a Predator for a movie about Predator. No, it was good. Watch it. Stream it on Hulu.
Give the dog an Oscar.
Yeah, she says give the dog. Everybody say give the dog. That dog is amazing. But yeah, that's pretty much it. We're gonna take a quick break, get into the gratitude segment. I don't know what stories Kat has for me, but we'll see. When I asked her to pick a story, she was already giggling. So we'll be right back with a break. And we're back. We're back for gratitude. I want to give gratitude to my dog right now, who is underneath the.
Very disruptive.
Yeah, we'll play the clips on. We'll just do a highlight reel of our dog messing things up for us. But all right, gratitude segment. What you got, babe?
All right. This is a little last minute, so we'll do our best. All right. So the headline: quote, guard cat, unquote, end quote, credited with preventing armed robbery.
What?
So this is a rescue cat living in, it's in Mississippi. Tupelo?
Tupelo, yeah, Tupelo.
I knew you'd know what that is. All right, so the owner goes, you hear of guard dogs, this is a guard cat. So back on July
No one talks like that. No one talks like
Oh, just wait. So on July 5th around 3 a.m., Everett, this is the cat owner, said he was first awoken by his cat's meows in the kitchen. Then she raced into the bedroom, jumped onto the bed, and began pulling the comforter off of him and clawing at his arms. Everett knew something was wrong. He said, quote, she had never done that before. I went, what in the world is wrong with you? And then he got up to investigate, turned on the outside lights, and found two young men outside his back door trying to pry his door open with a crowbar. So
Shout out to that
and then they
cat.
ran away. Yeah. So, and ironically, the cat's name is Bandit.
Wait, so the dude's name is Everett?
Yeah.
Okay, I was also Bandit. All right, well, shout out to...
I wanted to leave that as a fun little...
Okay, that was fun.
Okay, yeah.
Well, shout out to Bandit. Hope you get a nice little treat for you. Thank you. Thank you for your service, guard cat. You know?
That was a little clunky. Okay,
Yeah.
Next and last story. Headline. French scientist trolls Twitter by claiming chorizo slice is actually a distant star.
Is that the headline?
Yeah.
This has got to be like the Onion or the Huffington Post.
It is HuffPost.
Yeah.
Sunday, physicist, I'm not going to try to pronounce that because I don't know French, tweeted a photo of a round red object on a black background that he claimed was taken from the James Webb Space Telescope.
God.
This level of detail, a new world is revealed day after day. And it's just a
little...
just a piece of chorizo.
Oh, my God. Stop. See, this is... You know, I respect the scam. I respect the hustle
Well,
for the
because
scam.
people believe anything.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he was just...
That James Webb telescope picture made me realize, like, I've never felt so insignificant.
Yeah.
Like, I looked at that, I was like, yeah. And you realize that each star is like a galaxy within a galaxy. You're just like, oh, this. So thank you for supporting this podcast, even though we're all insignificant. We're all important, but, you know, I give gratitude for space. Shout out to space for reminding me that I'm insignificant as shit. And I'm grateful for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm grateful for chorizo.
Chorizo is good.
I love chorizo. Oh, I'm excited. I'm going to get some. I'm in San Diego. It's going to be great. And I don't know, but that's really all we got time for. So I just want to get right into the episode with Josh. You're going to love it. How to be a rugged individual with Joshua Balok. Thanks for stopping by, baby. Anything you want to plug?
Nah.
All right. Well, then fine.
Follow me on the things.
Follow her on the things at Cat Umano W and Cat Umano Whitaker on Instagram. But yeah, hopefully y'all are enjoying the rest of your week. We'll get right into the episode. If you know, also, you know what? I'm not even gonna say it because I keep saying we're gonna get right into the episode. Let's just get right into the episode. Glad you made it. Episode 4. Let's do it. Blah.
Bye.
Blah.
Bye.
Wilson, say bye.
3, 2.
Oh my God. Welcome, guys. I have a guest in on this show that I have not seen in 25 years in person. I haven't had a dap from this person. I haven't had a friendly embrace, a bro hug, a Braun-esque type handshake, a firm grip. But I can tell you that when I meet up with this person one day, and it will happen, when I feel this person's warm embrace, it will be like when in Predator, where Schwarzenegger and Carl Weathers meet up. Dylan, you son of a bitch. Like, that's what it will feel like.
It will.
And you will see just veins and bicep, forearm, and it will just, the world might collapse. We're not allowed to meet up. Ladies and gentlemen, my friends, give a please warm welcome to my good friend, Josh Balok. Joshua Balok is in the house.
Hello.
Welcome, man. How you been?
Oh, really good. Like you touched on, man, kind of having that tree trunk come together with the Apollo Creed and Schwarzenegger, like tree trunk, like come together with the veins and stuff, man. Like that would be a good moment. And we were talking about it. 25 years, man, goes by, and like you observe somebody else from afar, and like, you know, keep in touch a little bit through social media and whatever else, and you see the work that's going on both sides. And you know, at one point or another, there's just a moment of time to where those two people like they're gonna get back together, and they're gonna talk about life, and they're going to, you know, see like where they came from and what's been going on to catch up, and And that's the real cool stuff because, it doesn't happen all the time. And when it does, it's real special. It's awesome.
Yeah, no, it's like, so for our listeners, backstory, I went to high school with this young man, freshman year, and we played football together. This young man could run. He was tough with it. Wore a Barry Sanders jersey damn near the school. I think like every Wednesday you would see that Barry Sanders.
It was once a week, man, Barry. And then Sanders too. So I always had a thing for like, for the athletic, black man that could get down and like, like just something with athletic prowess and mobility.
Yeah.
Barry was second to none, man. Just the very best to play the game. Just bottom line.
Absolutely, bar none. Like in my opinion, when you watch like a Barry Sanders highlight reel, it's unreal because the top part of his body going one way, the other half his legs are going the other way. It was like he had a corkscrew in his body, in his hips, and so I do want to let people know. First of all, this Josh has done. We've been Facebook friends for over the years. Like many friends in high school, you connect with. You're sitting there watching from afar, not really interacting much. Every now and then, you comment, say, "Hey, good job, congratulations on this, that." Sorry for your whatever. But I've watched this man amass his business. He's a personal trainer out of Texas. If you're in Round Rock, Austin area, looking to hit some things, drop some weight, or just even get your nutrition right, I want you to check him out. He's the highest rated, 5 stars on Google. Okay, man. 2015 through 2017, Austin Fit Magazine. 2018 through 19, besttrainerlessons.com. The man has credentials. He's doing things right. If you're watching the video, he's got a Denver Broncos Champ Bailey and a Tom Brady jersey in the background. We'll ignore that. We'll ignore that greatness, but I respect the players individually, but this man is certified as we would say as kids, a rugged individual.
Indeed, sir. The ruggedness has never left, and thank God for it, bro.
It's never left.
It's never left, and thank God, because life brings upon like different changes, and you have to adapt, you have to pivot, and you have to endure. And the one time that the ruggedness was not there was the time that I was crushed the hardest. And so as soon as I got it back, like everything started to sail right with the ship again. But there's a time where you go through something and like you lose yourself, and even 25 years, right? Like this thing started with this like rugged like mentality, And
right.
then,
for context, if anyone's ever watched Dexter's Laboratory, there was a character, like I remember this shit like vividly.
Yeah, dude,
Dexter's Laboratory, there was a character named Action Hank, and he had and the girls would swoon over this guy. He was basically kind of like an Action Jackson, Luke Cage kind of type brother, and they were like, "Oh, Action Hank, you're such a rugged individual," and we like you and I. Like that was like our bond, like real talk. That was our bond. And, everything was rugged, lots of pelvic thrusting. Like we'd be canceled. Like we'd be
breaking in 3. Like we were about it at a young age, man. We were very ambitious.
Yeah. Bro, I remember you used to, do you remember climbing the pole?
Go ahead.
Do you remember climbing the pole?
Yeah, I remember climbing the pole. Give it from the top.
Yeah. And at the time, how tall are you now?
Probably only a couple inches taller, man. I'm like 5.
Yeah, but he would climb this pole from the building, Barry Sanders jersey on and everything, and start like you'd be like 20 feet in the air, and just start humping the pole. Like I'm sorry, man, but this.
I mean, we were young lads, and we were very, and like I said, ambitious to do things to new heights.
Yeah, absolutely. And I remember just, even I looked at I was still not familiar with, I was still not familiar with my ruggedness.
Are we doing
What's
this
that?
live today, or are we recording this one?
No, this is just recording. Don't worry. I won't.
No, it's good.
If there's stuff
I think the real raw freshness is a good approach.
all right, good. As long because I just don't want you. I just don't want your clients thinking like.
It's all good. I'm actually going through a career transition, so it's like I've done this thing for 9 years, and now
Yeah. Real quick, how'd you get into it?
So
Yeah, take me through the journey. I want to know.
So I think at like 30 years old, like before my 30th birthday in November, I went to drug and alcohol rehab. And so at that point, they were asking me questions like, well, where do you see yourself? What are you going to do type of thing. There was some frontal lobe damage that had happened in the front part in the cortex of the brain. So they're like, maybe you're stressed out because it's all about sales and you're trying to do this and it's putting you in this type of category of like, nervousness or like anxiety, whatever. And they were like telling me to switch gears from like sales. I was doing all different manners of sales. Like electronic components was really good. I was like at a railroad publication and created like a scrap metal and railroad tie division there, which was really cool. So I was doing some things there, but where are you going to see yourself? Like, what are you going to do? And I was like, I know exactly where I'm going to be. I know who I'm going to work for and knew everything. So, started working for a karate school and, we were just straight out the phone book with it. We were like calling people randomly, getting people in to try a free lesson, take a free lesson, get them signed up on a program or whatever else. From there, like I became a black belt under Bushidokan karate, under Steve Doss, and just pretty much spent like all waking time with him, learning how to sell, the program, the memberships. From there was really cool because he had a kickboxing studio called Impact Strong, and I started to run and operate that. We did like 6 franchises off of that in a short period of time, like nationally. So they would come down to Austin. We would train them up. We would teach them how to actually run a studio kickboxing club, and then take that to their prospective business throughout the country. So all that was a great experience. But during the time of doing that was basically just people just wanting to be like, man, like I just want to train. I just want to do it like you do it, and like I want to have like a more authentic sense of this fitness kickboxing thing. So it turned into, like learning out, how to do the focus pads and the tie pads so the hands are going and their punches are going, stuff like that. So, that started the personal training business. And so I just started to do that for myself after the franchises had slowed down and the work relationship wasn't where I wanted it to be anymore. It was time to do my own thing. So I lived in Lakeway, Texas for like 3 years. And Lakeway is awesome. It's a very rich and
I've been through there. Drove slowly. I drove slowly.
Drive slow, homie. Like,
yeah.
I first came, and my parents lived in Lakeway, and they lived like on Loman's Passing, so it was just on the bay right on the lake. But the police station is like 3 minutes away. So like when you basically like if you're 1 mile per hour over, like you're getting pulled over, and you're getting for real. Like
it's like a military base. It reminds me of a military base. You got to like if you drive 1 mile over, you're getting pulled over. Anyway,
running the gauntlet, man. I think I got like 4 speeding tickets the first summer that I was there, and I was like, this is. And, give me something else. But going there, if I would have done things differently, Jay, I guess I would have stayed there and just got a place in Lakeway, because I had 6 people training with me 6 days a week just straight out of my garage. It was beautiful. You kind of do the robe and slippers thing, make a cup of coffee, slip on the shorts and the tank, and then just go in the garage and do your thing for 6 or 7 hours. It was awesome.
Yeah.
We moved out to Round Rock to get a better place. I was married for a little bit of time, and she had like she had 4 kids of her own. And at that time in my life, I was having my daughter move back in with me for me to have primary custody of her. So we got 5 kids right there. And then we had me and her. We had
big home.
7 people in the house. And so we had to get like a 6-bedroom place, and couldn't get that anywhere else except for like Round Rock under the price budget. Which is all working out because from what we got it then, like 4 years ago, coming from Lakeway to Round Rock, I mean, Round Rock has just exploded to the next Austin. So they got Sam, Tesla, they got like more Dell headquarters. Like the tech thing is just absolutely crazy out here right now.
It's bonkers. I was just there like a year ago. So
they put like 300 houses just around like the last like a mile from me, like in both directions. So like they're just building crazy out here. And so the personal training thing was really good to me. At one point, I've been at the spot that I've been at now for since March of like 2020, and it was time to take over a new lease. And I was, they want a substantial more amount of money to stay in the spot, to take it over and everything. And I was like, man, I'm gonna
2020 problems.
I'm going to have to get like trainers under me. I'm going to have to do this, that, and the third. And at the same time, a friend that runs a couple restoration clinics through holistic healing, hyperbaric oxygen, cryotherapy, compression, all the really good amenities for wellness. And Jay, I've been using all that stuff for like at least 6 years, and it was like the only stuff to get me through, like doing like 35-40 hours of training every week. And so the opportunity was presented to be a sales manager over there, or to do like full like rugged brigade, like every facet of fitness I could do it under my own roof. And I just took it as an opportunity for it to take a good change, man, and just start building that thing up, because I know I can put that. The next thing would be like running a club and franchising his particular cryo fire restoration clinic, and it's called Cryo Fire Health Spa. You walk in there and it looks like a spa. Like it's really nicely done. Like fireplace within the walls, granite marble tile everywhere. Like it's really nice. Massage, IV treatments, the whole 9.
A fireplace and a place that they freeze you. I like it. I like it. That's a flex. That's
a little hot and cold.
Yeah, it's you don't really need it, but it's there to let you know, hey, you come out frozen, you can warm that ass up.
Man, it's been like 104, 105 like every single day. So just I'm gonna do one today because it's my day off. So I'm gonna go in there and get the cryotherapy on. Your head's above it.
I never tried it.
Steam is rising, or the mist is coming off the body. It's like negative 275 for 3 minutes, man. Like it is amazing.
I never tried it, and like, I don't know. Can you would you mind describing like what it feels like? What goes through your brain? Sure. I mean, stupid question, intelligent answer. Like, does your brain just shut off? Do you take a nap? Like, are you awake for this? Are you?
It's so cold. You're totally awake for it. A lot of what happens is it's like the equivalent of Antonio Brown jumping into the ice bath for 8 minutes and then them doing a commercial or whatever. Mm-hmm. But you can be in there for 3 minutes and get the same benefits for what you would do in a much more aggressive cold setting. So like I did a civilian Navy SEAL thing one time, and you're on your feet from 8 to 8 and like swimming, going through the sand and just being physically and mentally beat down the whole time. So the last thing that they do is they just jump you into this ice bath, head, feet, everything else. And what it does, it just completely like eliminates all the inflammation on the body. So you're not as sore, your muscles recover faster, all the stuff that happens after, training that vigorously for that long. And let me put it in this term. You can do it, Jay. Like I used to do it 4 times a week when I was an ambassador ambassador at Restore Cryotherapy Clinics, and I
Yeah,
could
yeah.
run like 6 or 7 miles the day before, and I could hit the cryo the next day, and it didn't feel like I ran at all.
That's
You know,
nuts. I feel like my wife needs this. She is, you know, we've acupuncture. We both get migraines. We both have a lot of knee soreness. That's awesome. I mean, like, I'm just okay. Another stupid question. Are you? Do you wear like a robe? Are you butt ass
yeah.
naked? Like, you got your drawers? Like, do I got to wear bandages over my nipples in case they like? Like.
I mean, you want to cover the manhood for sure, because that's not going to feel good when it gets negative 275 peppered on it. Like, so everything that we got going on downstairs, you want to cover, and the feet.
Okay.
So they got socks and slippers on, right?
Okay.
You got boxers or whatever your undergarment is at the time, and
Yeah.
it's just on you. So if you feel comfortable walking in there, like just in your boxers, briefs, whatever, like then that's you. Otherwise, you got a curtain and you got a robe to wear, and however you feel,
Okay.
It's really good. I'm looking forward to doing it today. I don't have a lot of time to do it right now. Imagine like, and because you've been doing what you've been doing for, I don't know, how long you've been doing like stand-up comedy.
A little over 11 years.
Man,
Yeah.
that's doing it for a long time. It's networking with a crazy amount of people. It is sustaining relationships, networking, just with a lot of people, a lot of moving parts. So I'm at a place right now to where in the last like 90 days, what I've had to do with at least 15, maybe 20 people is try to figure out a way to complete all of their training sessions if they bought like a 30-session program in like a 3-month period. And it's been very challenging because I want to leave this thing with like the legacy intact. Like you said, with the credentials and stuff that were built, like the 300 5-star reviews. I don't want to come out of this thing and just start getting like bad reviews for like, oh, Josh, we committed to this. We could only do this because he was in the spot for this long. I was like, nah, like I have to figure out a way to like get all this done. And it's been challenging, dude. There's been like yesterday was like a 13-hour day. And so over the last 90 days, it's been like at least like 45 hours on the feet, 45 hours working with somebody, So it's been the most challenging time of my life, man, just to be honest. And to put a good stamp on it, I'm calling it the bridge, bro. So think of like
The bridge?
the bridge of ruggedness, we could call it, actually, since this is
Oh my
this
God.
is how it's fortified, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Sign me up for some of that. But imagine God coming down and saying like, all right, man, this is what you're intended and supposed to do for this period of time, right?
Yeah.
We'll say stand-up comedy for you for 11 going forward, maybe doing now the podcast thing for you as your new thing, what you're supposed to do.
I'm doing it all, bro. I'm gonna do both.
Get it all.
Do both.
And that's so cool that you're saying that,
Yeah.
because I'm going to do both too. So the training was the first mission in the first 9 years. And now, and for me, like the lifestyle that I want to create and, the money that I want to make and everything else, I've tried to do it in the fitness thing. I've tried to do the corporate wellness director and walk into IBM and be like, hey, we're going to do your smoking cessation classes, get everybody rounded up. We're going to talk about health benefits and how it's going to serve you guys as a corporation and lower your insurance premiums. We're going to do, fitness classes, self-defense classes. Like I can do it all, man. Like I came in presentations and everything.
Yeah.
Corporate wellness directors like do 6 figures just like with having one nice client, right? Like a big IBM or a Dell.
Yeah.
And, couldn't do that necessarily. Couldn't find a way to make it work. Couldn't do an online thing to the place that I really wanted to do it at. And so I did try to do the different facets of fitness to create the lifestyle that I wanted, and wasn't able to do so. Not a failure, just a lack of, where my experiences brought me to that point. And so now with this wellness thing, it's like I'm not going to be physically exhausted all the time. I'm going to be more sharp, more part of the community, and just driving a business and helping more people at the same time to then get me to a place to where it's going to create that financial freedom for me. Because the goal is, man, is to franchise one of these clubs, get it up and operating, right? And then I don't have to be there anymore.
Yeah.
I built the thing. I created the business, but then we can step away and then maybe do the island. Yeah,
live life.
The island thing, man, because,
There you go. You're island boy.
Just swinging from the trees.
No, but there you go. Rugged individual. Absolutely. Wait, so, we talk wellness. Wellness is a big thing, and I think it's. I'm not saying our jobs are similar, but I do feel like, and especially since I've known you, granted I haven't seen you in 25 years, but the vibe that I remember, the kid that I remember growing up, and is like, you and I both always seem to kind of give a shit about people. You know what I mean? Like, and we're always like, you would check in, I would check in, and I mean, like, so when you deal with clients or somebody comes to I know when people want to train, they have something in them that wants to train. Like, what do you look for? What does wellness mean to you, and how do you apply that to a client?
That's a great question. So the big thing that we try to do, and I turn no one down. So it's enabled me to work with people that I thought that I was never going to work with in the first place. So someone that has had mental health problems, people that are on like different types of antipsychotics or psychiatric medication. So like they have underlying, mental disease or something that is prohibiting them from doing actually what they want to do. So a lot of this has been about like destroying your inner fear that is preventing you from finding your passion. Because I was really convinced, and still have been, that was my passion. It was fitness. It was teaching people how to empower themselves through self-defense work, to empower them. And there's two things that are going on. Like aesthetically, you want to change the way that you look, and you want to have the person in the mirror be something that you're proud of and something that you can continue to build. But the other thing is like the empowerment and the confidence. So like I talk about that a lot. So if you have one person that's coming in your face and you don't know how to deal with that situation, like that makes you lower as an individual. It makes you feel less about yourself. When you know that you can take care of that situation in a life-threatening manner, or something that is just making you feel, physically jeopardized, like being able to be confident enough to handle that situation with your hands, with your feet, whatever, is huge. And so I put it into people's position now, and I say, where my confidence has gone from the place of being able to physically defend myself against one person, but now I even visualize the situation where it's like 4 or 5 people, and how do I take care of that myself if I have to deal with 4 or 5 people at the same time, and that's where your confidence goes after doing it for so long and feeling good about what you're doing and how you can take care of yourself. So wellness for me, man, is like the preservation of spirit and the ability to be the best version of yourself is always what we try to work on.
That's a hell of a way to answer a question, but when you see now, I imagine you might deal with someone who, you said you were dealing with people that are dealing with mental health issues, taking antipsychotics. How do you unlock that? How do you unlock that mental block that we all have?
Great question.
When we say we can't, what would you say to someone who is might be listening right now and just saying, I don't need this shit. You know what I mean? Like, what's the point of me training? don't come in there with the expectation. In my mind, I feel like you don't come in with the expectation that you're going to walk out there looking like, a damn Avenger. It's just like, it's getting your mind right. You know what I mean? So what would you say to somebody that is trying to seek out, or maybe is nervous about going to train?
And a lot of times they are. So, the mental block, the mental health part of it is the biggest thing. We realized at one point that we can control everything with our mind. And just over the last year that I had the biggest emotional challenges that I've ever had. So getting to a place to where I think it comes down to faith and belief, man. If you feel like you can get better in whatever you need to, then you'll find a way to do it. One of the questions that you had for me was like about motivation and what motivates me to do what I do. And it's try to get to these other people that I'm working with to a place to where they can actually believe in whatever they're trying to accomplish they can get. And that's the biggest thing for me, man, is, a connection with God, believing in yourself, and then having someone that, I can learn from too. Like, fortunately for me, my father's always been one of my, mentors and spiritual guidance type of people. And having great mentors, as I'm sure you're aware of, is really important because, until I needed one, Jay, I never sought one out. And then when I did need one, there was like two people I reached out to, and like I didn't know what was going on. There could have been what a lot of people told me was that, from 6 to 9 months after getting those immunizations for the COVID shots with Pfizer, take it as it is, like there was just crazy stuff going on with my heart, man. And like, I didn't know if it was anxiety, nerves, whatever, probably something to do with that. But at the same time, like, stuff was going on with me with blood pressure and stuff that I had never experienced before in my entire life. So, started to read more from what was the advice that was given to me by a couple people that I really respected. They're like, man, kind of take a look at some of these books, do a couple of these meditations. I started to do a shitload of yoga, which is fucking awesome.
I need to get into that. I tried hot yoga one time and I let out a fart, and I got scared and I never came back.
I mean,
like
when you blast it up and then want to come back in that place, you don't feel as good coming back in that same spot probably, but.
Yeah, you just don't. I mean, but I need to go back. I do need to go back.
It's really good for me, though. Just the breathing, like going in there and just being reminded to breathe a certain way and what your breath can do before you even start anything, and then how you end with the breathing and how it works for you. It's second to none, man. I've done a couple yoga nidra sessions, like energy healing. I'm not saying that I'm a certified practitioner or I'm not a energy healer Reiki master by any means, but there was a lady I worked with that had arthritis in her wrist, and she was wearing a brace on her wrist for 7 years straight up. And we did a yoga nidra session together where I was talking about the breath that she was taking in, and then from that, how it's going through her shoulder, down the bicep, into the forearm, into the palm of her hands. And so this is the thing, this is the way that I can explain this to, hopefully it's going to make sense to people that hear it, that are listening, along with yourself, of course. The gravity that comes into your palms, if you were to go Indian style, and then you were to open up your palms, right? The weight that you feel in your palms as you're just keeping your hands open like this is, just like this.
Like this?
Like on the top part of the hands, like that.
Okay.
So the weight that you feel, the gravity, like if you're Indian style, just resting your hands on the top part of your knees, like it starts to feel like it gets heavier, like, the gravity is pulling down. So what your mind is doing, it's kind of like a mind trick, because subconsciously I'm telling you the air that you're breathing into your lungs and it's going down your shoulders, forearms, into your palms is like this good white energy that we are collecting from around us and in that type of, everything around us. So with having the energy in your hands, you clasp it on whatever part of your body that is jacked up. And so we did this a couple times, man. And she did the Apollo Creed Arnold Schwarzenegger thing. Sort of cried to it. And then she did this, and as I was talking to her about the energy she was taking in, she rolled it around a couple times. And dude, she's out of a brace, So like, I mean, it's just like,
that's dope.
And that was my first one of those, So I was like, I had no idea it was going to work or nothing. But very cool stuff.
Yeah. Damn, dude. So you out here healing? You gonna start a cult? You gonna start a cult?
We're not going to drink the juice yet, man. We're just going to come in there and, freeze, do a cryo, do the oxygen.
Listen, I will come to your house, but I will not come to your compound. Okay, like
the compound's going to be in Costa Rica, which is funny you say that.
Oh my God! See, you already got this planned out, man. You better chill. And if you're gonna like put it this way, if look, if you start a cult, all I'm saying is the outfit better be dope. Like I mean, just maybe some retro Jordans for everybody like that.
Hey,
I might join. My nice little tracksuit
and Jordans, and then they'll be really dope.
Shut up.
Basketball court in the back, so everybody's getting loose.
Shut up. Chill. No, man. In all seriousness, because I got to wrap this up, but hey, I'm sitting here thinking about it, and it's weird. I won't say it's weird, but I think it's just, God, universe, whatever, is like I was thinking about you because it's so weird. Like we were kids and we played football, but also, we were also in theater together.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's just a weird dichotomy. I won't say it's a weird dichotomy, but it's unexpected. You know what I mean? You don't expect, like, we out there busting our ass during Hellway. And for the record, anybody listening, I was not good. Okay, I was not good. I was skinny. I tried to do the neck roll thing, and but you looked right. Like right now, you're in your late 30s, and I'm looking at you. In my mind, you have an illustrious beard, but in my mind, I feel like you've always had the beard.
Yeah, I mean, like I wanted to have the beard when I was that age, probably.
I mean, I think you had like a goatee situation, but it was, and I wasn't the rough and tough kid. I really wasn't. I just did football because I watched too much Saved by the Bell, and I watched too many '90s sitcoms, and I thought I should play football because that is what. But also I was inclined towards theater, and it was cool to just see you in there because, like, real shit, I respected the hell. I knew you. I was like, I look at Balok, I was like, that's that dude. You know what I mean? Like you rugged individual, and it was just cool to see. Like, all right, if he in here, I'm in here, and because I was new to Orange County, coming from LA, and it was, you know what I mean. So it was, and it's a different place if you've never at the time in my life, going from, you just made me always feel welcome, and I mean, like, and I'm looking at this dude climb this damn pole in a Barry Sanders jersey, start humping the air, screaming, I'm a rugged individual, 20 feet in the air. And in my mind, I'm thinking, this dude is unafraid to be himself, or he's just silly. But he's like, everything about you is always, in my mind, authentic. And so looking back, I look at that version of me, I look at that version of you, and I'm actually just kind of like, you made me feel comfortable in a real, you allowed me to be silly, because I'm like, if this man is up here humping a damn pole 20 feet in the air, why not? Just don't take yourself so seriously.
And that's, dude, really good for me to hear too, because you lose that part of yourself at one point in your life. Like, that is the carefree,
absolutely.
That is the 14-year-old in us that, like, wants to get loose and, like, not give a fuck. And
we didn't give a shit about nothing. Yeah, we out here climbing poles,
thrusting,
just humping.
This is what happened. This is part of life that it gets to a certain point, and you always want to have that, but at the same time, you're looking for the stability, and at one point, it gets to a place to where like you're getting too old to do that. So like it's like you're just trying to find the good things around you. Like you met your wife, and you guys have been together now a couple years, right? And so it's time to start looking at that and cultivating the right people around you, and start setting up shop.
Yeah. You got to, yes, the people around you, and keeping your circle, it don't need to be super small, but it needs to be a circle.
Always.
And some people's circles are too damn big. Some people don't even have a damn circle. They got like a little rhombus situation.
Yeah.
And, me personally, I keep the circle a little bit small. So, it's just, but I'm like real talk, man. I'm grateful because it's weird. It's weird because when I train, and I box a little bit. I ain't as nice with the hands. I can't stick and move because I got bad knees.
Yeah.
I just basically absorb punches. But what I hear you in the back of, I kid you not. There are days where I just can't get it together at the gym. We all have our days and I hear you. I promise you, I hear you yelling at me, be a rugged individual. I promise you. Like I wish I was joking, but I hear it.
Yeah.
And like that has stuck with me way longer than I thought it would. And I hear it and I laugh, and it snaps me out of it because I think back to when we was kids and we just did not take ourselves so damn seriously. And it helps me laugh, helps me get my mind right. And, so it's just like, if anybody listening thinking, oh, you got to be jacked and own all these firearms and lifted truck, whatever. You could think of a toxic masculinity stereotype. Listen to this man that I grew up with, that is the rugged individual. He sat here and talked about his mental health issues, helping people along the way. Being a rugged individual ain't just being tough. It's about helping others, helping them unlock their true potential, and and being open and honest with yourself. I mean, hell, this is I'm just proud of you, man. Like really, you've always inspired, and it's so cool to see you where you at. And
I appreciate
I'm excited
it,
for your next step.
It's a God-given thing for us to be talking at this time and like reflecting. And like I said, it's going to be the biggest thing that I've done, or the transition that I've taken in like 9 years. So I know that it's going to be a big step. I know a lot of good things are going to come from this. And the time to be able to talk to you now about what has been done in the past. And I'm still going to be doing training. So like, I'm going to do like home training sessions, like 10-session programs. I'm going to do the virtual online thing. So for a while, it's going to be combining the two,
cool.
Like you said, podcasts, stand-up comedy, training, healing. When the two come together, like that is going to form the perfect circle, really. It's going to bring all the people that are supposed to be there right as a soul tribe. Yeah.
I love it, man. It's before we get out of here, man, is there anything where can people find you? How anything you want people to check out? And just plug it. If you're doing online training, especially.
The new sales management position is going to be at CryoFire Health Spa. That's going to be in Cedar Park, and you guys can just Google that up. It's a prestigious place that has different amenities for holistic healing. Anything that you want. My personal website is just my first and last name, joshuabalok.com, and check that out for any type of virtual online program or at home training program if you guys are in the Austin or surrounding areas. Instagram is just the first and last name with the underscore. So Joshua_Balok on Instagram. I got all my work stuff that I do on there. And that's about it, man. So check that stuff out if you are looking to start a at-home virtual online personal training, nutrition, self-defense program. We got it all locked down.
To all my people in Austin, I know y'all listen. I see the numbers, so I know y'all listen. But I will tell you right now, please go check out my homie. Tell it, and hopefully he can help you get unlock your true potential and be a true rugged individual. So, Josh, man, it's so good to talk to you, man. It is an honor and a blessing, and man, I just thank you and take care of yourself.
Awesome,
I hope to see you again soon.
Peace and love to the family. Keep doing what you're doing, man. I look forward to doing it again.